everybody, it's Kirk here with Space Pickle Designs, and I just wanted to drop in and let you know to vote for your favorite design here. So this will be 1, 2, and 3, and so yeah, let's go ahead and get into the video. Hi everybody, Kirk here with Space Pickle Designs, and today I'm going to play with Sam's bead box. This bead box is called Cherry Blossoms, and it has all the items you see in front of you. If you'd like to see an unboxing, I did upload a short of me getting a close-up of every single one of these beads, so be sure to check that out. But today I did want to start with an earring blitz. I always find that earrings always get the creative juices flowing, and of course, as you can see here, we have beautiful beads in front of us, but sometimes when we have beautiful beads like this, it's hard to know where to start. So let's do some easy earrings and get in the mood of cherry blossoms. All right, let's get started. The first earring I have for you is this little cutie. Look at her. Obviously, there's going to be a couple things that you have to pull from your stash, namely eye pins, head pins, and an ear wire. But yeah, I chose that antique bronze because that's kind of the color that they had in the box, so I thought I'd go with it. So I do have a decorative head pin here, and I just thought it would add to that either starburst or flower motif. And so I'm just going to do a simple loop. You know me, you know the drill. I'm going to make a pretty substantial loop. The thing with these decorative head pins like this, normally they are very, very strong. And so here's our little drop. Then I have my eye pin. I'm just going to warm her up a little bit. She's about 1.5 inches. And what I like to do, I like to stack these little cathedral beads because these ceramic or whatever they are beads like have a very large hole, and if you stack them like this, it makes sure that the bead is going to stay where it should be. And again, I'm going to mirror that simple loop that they have on the other side of the head pin. All right, and then in order to make sure we are looking good, I just like to give it a little twist. And I'm gonna use my ear wire and put it at the top where the ring that I made. And there's no front or back to this guy. She goes with the wind, she flows how she flows. And I did want to tell you that I did, on these starburst squares, I did pick out the more pinker ones. There's some that are like more golden and some that are more pink, and so I picked out the pinker ones. And so here are our cuties. This is pair number 1. I love those. I think they're so super cute. And I just love how those cathedral beads sat right inside the hole of these large hole beads, and I think the pattern just looks really cute, and it's definitely on the nose when it comes to like cherry blossom, because you got your branch, you got your pink flowers, and yeah, I think it's a great way to get started with this box. So here's our next earring, and she's a long one, but I thought she was really, really cute, and this is kind of like a little bit of a herringbone on this long component, so you're kind of getting that marquee shape, and then you have a long tail of clear hearts. So I'm going to start with the hearts because they're the easiest. I did have to take a bald head pin, and I'm just going to make a simple loop out of this one. And so these are, again, very, very tough. So I'll cut that. I'll make my simple loops here. Your first heart is done. I have my 20 gauge German style wire. Got my spool here. Just warming it up a little bit with the nylon jaw. And we are going to make simple loops for this as well. Okay. Super easy. Got my double flush cutters. Okay, got my loop. All right. Another heart. All right, and so for these, I just wait till the end so we can do it all at once. Get my just 2 pliers and make sure that these loops are facing the same way. Well, this one doesn't matter too much. All right, and so now what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna take about a 3-inch piece of 20 gauge, warm that up with my finger, my nylon jaw. And what I'm gonna do is make a regular, just simple loop like I would. Okay, so now we have essentially an eye pin. I'm gonna do pink fire polish, or the rhodonite tubes, pink fire polish. And then here's where you wanna take some sort of measurement so that you can mirror it on both sides. And what I did was I just took my flat nose pliers, and that's where I'm gonna bend my piece of wire. And this will go into a nice little wire scrap pile. And we make another simple loop on this side. So before we get started, I do make sure that our loops are the same. And they are. And so then I'm gonna take about a 1-foot long or 12-inch piece of 24 gauge gold wire. And we use pretty much all of it. So I like to try to get some of the kinks out now, but we will be continuing to use our nylon jaw as we go, just to smooth everything out. And so with this, I just anchor it once, and that's just 1 loop, okay? So I'm gonna go ahead, cut this little tail off. We should still be attached. I'm gonna take my nylon jaw and just make sure there's no kinks. Kind of give it that bow shape already, get it started. And I'm going to go around the back, go around once, and that is our first little herringbone. Now you can move this because it's not, you know, part of the head pin or the eye pin, so to speak. And so here's our first little wrap. Now, the kind of like the trick with this is just to make sure your wire is smooth and warmed up before you start doing the next one. This is really tiny gauge wire, so it shouldn't take too much working, but I'm gonna go around again, go around the back, and just twist it once. Okay. Put our thumb down just to make sure our loops are together. Okay, you do a little bit of forming. Now we got around again. We want to do 3 on each side. All right, forming it, going around the back. I just prefer to go around the back. I like the back side. All right. You kind of play with it just a little bit. Make sure they're laying like beside each other. All right, got another. All right, so we're smoothed out here. Go around that back side again. So now this herringbone kind of fell in front, so I want to make sure it goes towards the back a little bit. All right, we're moving along. This is like our last round. Okay, we want to go move this to the back side, go around, smooth out again, go around the back side, and this is where you want to stop. So what I like to do here is just play with the wire just a little bit. Make sure it's looking like you want it to, okay? And they're not gonna match exactly, right? But you just wanna make sure that your wires are kind of sitting nicely beside one another. And here is our little herringbone piece. All right, so cut this little piece off. I will save this little chunk. Right, so this will kind of be our front. I love it. I think she's so cute. And yeah, you can fiddle with it like as much as you want. All right, now it's time for assembly. I do have an ear wire. I'm going to start with that so we know which sides are front. I did put the clip off in the back portion. And so now we just make our little heart chain. Just make sure your hearts are facing the right way. So look at these cuties. I think they're just so sleek and cute. And these are definitely a little bit of a statement piece, but because of the colors, like they're not too loud, I think they kind of give just like a really cool little vibe. They definitely look handmade, which is like a perk in my opinion, but you're also like just getting in that mood for Valentine's Day. So yeah, let me know what you think about these. So this third one is this cute little, just a decorative earring. It's nice and fun and playful, and I just thought those red leaves really stuck out, and so I kind of want to just accentuate those. So I have about an 8-inch piece of 24 gauge wire, and I'm going to feed my leaves together. And you'll see that if you just string them up, they do not touch, right? And so you just kind of want to make sure that they all, like the tips of them touch like this. And we're kind of going to do somewhat of a brio wrap. So I'm bending my wires. The longer one, I am going to divide in the middle like this. And then I'm going to wrap around twice. I find with this type of wire, I don't really need to have a plier as a stabilizer. I can really just use my fingers. And we are going to smush this, so it does not have to be perfect. And you can choose not to smush if you don't like to smush. But I'm feeling very smushy. And so we have our leaves locked in, right? Kind of position them where you want them. And I'm gonna feed my rose on here, push it all the way down, and this is kind of where you smush down, and you have your rose just sitting in the middle of those beads. So the other one is the same way. Just think it looks pretty cute and decorative, and I just like that it removes some of that space between the wire wrap and the rose. If you don't like the smushed look, just leave it as is, but just know there will be a little bit of a, space. So I am going to do a double loop wire wrap. And so what I mean by that, we have already formed our first loop as normal. And now I'm going to take that wire all the way around one more time, just to provide it some stability. This is a 24 gauge, 26 gauge, it's a 24 gauge. And so, because I'm right-handed, I will gently grab this side, so this loop here with my left hand, just gently, don't smush. This one is not a smushy time, okay? And so then I will wrap the rest of the way down, and then I will clip it off in the back. So here's our little rose, and we have our little piece in the back. That will be going into my save pile. So now I just take this decorative ear wire that I had from I think I got this one from Bargain Bead Box. And I close it up, and just for a little bit of stability, I kind of close this little hinge just a little bit more. And so it adds just like a little bling, a little bit of length, and it's just so super fun. I think a bunch of us have some of these like rhinestone, you know, ear wires that we got from Bargain Bead Box. I think this one was $168. And so yeah, this is like a perfect opportunity to pull those out of your stash and use them, especially if you have like the bronze one too. That would look really cool as well. All right, so definitely let me know which one was your favorite down below. If you didn't like any, just let me know that as well. And the voting goes as follows. Number 1, vintage. Number 2, our dangly do with herringbone. And number 3, our stunning bright red attention getter with the decorative ear wire pair for the last one. So 1, 2, 3. Let me know down in the comments below which one was your favorite. If you'd like to change anything with these earring designs, just let me know that as well. I will meet you there, and I hope you're staying safe and well, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye bye.